welcome back to this channel. It is your resident internet psychic medium and spiritual advisor, Mystic Rain, and today I want to talk to you about how to go get what is yours. So listen here. It has come to my recent attention that some of you all have gotten a little bit stuck on your manifestation journey. Why did it come to my immediate attention? Because I'm a psychic and I have the ability to read the energy that's in the collective moment. And in the collective, people feel stuck. Some people feel like they were making a little bit of headway, or some people felt like previously they may have been inspired to pursue other things, go after their goals, achieve their ambitions, what have you. And then recently, things for some people feel like it may have slowed down. Now, regardless of whenever you stumble across this video, I still feel like this information can be helpful, right? And I feel like I may, for some of you all, have solved the mystery or the riddle as to why you're stuck. So here is the thing about manifestation. When you want manifestation, what you're essentially asking for is opportunity. You're looking for opportunity. When you think of abundance, abundance comes in a few forms. It comes in the form of love, it comes in the form of money, but it also comes in the form of opportunity. Opportunity, in my opinion, is the highest form of abundance because it then brings you love and money. But the thing with opportunity is that people bring it to you. That's the only place to get it. Opportunity does not grow on trees. You can't plant it and wait for it to sprout. Opportunities come from people. But people can be scary. And when you're dealing with people and you are facing things like rejection, uncertainty, it causes you to be in a position where maybe you don't trust. You don't trust that person's word. You don't think that they'll follow through. In some cases, maybe you even feel like they just don't like you, or maybe you're annoying them because you're trying to get this opportunity, but it requires you to go ask for it. Maybe ask for help, and that can be a little bit uncomfortable. And then so what happens is that people stop. They just stop there, right? And then they try to figure out how to go get this thing that they want by themselves and realize that either it's not really working all that well or it's slowing down. This is why when people start small businesses, there is like advice, and the advice is to shout it out. Tell everybody that it exists. Because everybody is opportunity. Opportunities come in the form of people. And sometimes when you're moving a little bit too quietly, people don't know and therefore can't bring you opportunities. Now, I do want to address this idea of moving quietly, right? Because sometimes you are doing things and you are in the process of manifestation and you don't want people to mess it up. But the only way people can actually mess it up is if you permit them to. You actually have to allow people to use their energy to mess up your energy. You can make a decision, a firm decision, an executive decision, a sovereign decision that you are the only person that is going to affect your manifestation until it's time for opportunity, which is then needed to make it grow. And you can set the intention that the people who are allowed to know or come close to this manifestation are the people that bring opportunities. I do want to address that. I feel like I heard some of you say, well, Mr. Rain, isn't that kind of like a little bit like using people? And so that I would say it's 100% like using people. However, it's an exchange. All of nature is an exchange. The way we breathe is an exchange. It's an exchange with trees and plants. The whole universe is in a state of give and take, right? It's a state of balance, the feminine and masculine. It is all give and take. So when someone is bringing you opportunity to give, right, because they need to give in order for them to remain in a state of balance, it is also for you to take because you need to take in order to maintain a state of balance. A lot of you all get stuck in this idea or this paradigm of giving, right? Especially a lot of you all that are in your part of your journey where you are growing and maybe you're feeling particularly spiritual and zen and you feel like you need to self-sacrifice in order to give back, right? Which to me, I feel like is the opposite of what spirituality is. But in the beginning, we can sometimes fall into that trap. You may be stuck in a pattern of giving. If you are a parent, You may be stuck in a pattern of giving, right? If you have any career where that's people focused, you may be stuck in a pattern of giving. If you are in an unbalanced or unhealthy romantic relationship, you may be stuck in a pattern of giving. And when you are stuck in this pattern, it becomes hard to you to identify the opportunities that are being presented to you by other people. And when you do have the ability to identify it, it then becomes hard for you to accept it, right? Oh, no, that can't be me. Oh, that would never happen for me. Oh, this is too much, right? There are people that open small businesses, get their first customer, the customer wants to pay them and they think, oh my God, that's way too much money. I don't deserve this. But that person is trying to bring you opportunity, because opportunity, at least in my opinion, is the highest form of abundance. And if you're slapping it around every time it comes to you, then is it so much of a stretch to then think that maybe you are the one that is standing in front of your manifestation? Maybe you are the reason for why you are stuck. Now, for those of you that I've just triggered, how do we get around this or get through it, right? We get through this by healing the wounds that we have around unworthiness. And these wounds start early and these wounds go deep, right? The first time you try to take a piece of candy and your caregiver said, no, you can't have that. The first time you wanted to go to your friend's house and your caregiver said, no, you can't go. The first time you heard no. The second time you heard no. The third time you heard no. So on and so forth is where that comes from. So now when things are presented to you, you instinctively tell yourself, no, I can't have that. But as mentioned before, everything is an exchange. So if you come across someone that says no, instead of viewing it as that person blocking whatever it is that you're doing or being the person that's rejecting you, you can then make the decision to bring balance to the situation and then just say yes to yourself. Now we've all reached a place of equilibrium. For those of you that want money, maybe you want a lot of it, you have to get to a place where you stop saying no to money. Okay? And you have to get to a place where you decide what kind of money that you want. Now, here's the thing. I gotta watch my words because you guys will mince it up. There is a difference between saying no to money and then saying no to the kind of money that you feel like you do not want. Saying no to money is when someone just tries to give it to you. Maybe you did something nice. Maybe you created a work of art and someone wants to buy it from you and they're trying to give you money and you feel like it is too much, right? But they are telling you what they feel like it is worth, and you are now downgrading the worth of yourself, right? You feel like it's too much, you're saying no to money, right? But then there's also a different kind of saying no to money where maybe there's an opportunity that comes to you, but it's not specifically the deal that you wanted. You're manifesting, but the manifestation isn't quite complete yet. You feel like it's a deal, but maybe it's a bit of a dirty deal, or maybe you feel like it's a deal, but it's not enough money. And then so you say no to that. Two different kinds of no's, right? One no brings balance to a situation because you feel like, I know which one I want. I know how much money I'm actually worth and you are undercutting me. So no to this whole deal and no to this entire conversation. Or you're saying no to when you're actually getting money and it's actually more than what you thought you were worth, but you're saying no to it, right? I hope that was clear. I hope that makes sense. Here's the thing. When you are presented with these opportunities that pay you, payment is coming to you from somebody else's account, right? It's coming from another person because there is an exchange. So you have to allow yourself to get used to people giving you things instead of being the person that's always giving. You also have to get used to saying, I want a little bit more. The same thing goes for jobs. Jobs are opportunities that is given to you by someone else. And so some of you won't apply to that manager position because you feel like you're not worthy of having it. So therefore you don't end up having it because you blocked the manifestation because you didn't allow the opportunity to come from people. And the thing about opportunity and come from people is that, yeah, it may potentially be a rejection, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there wasn't an opportunity on the other side of that. Sometimes when you get rejected, you also get redirected. It's still all opportunity, it's still all balance, and it's still necessary for life to flow at an equilibrium. Things like admissions to universities are offered, right? But how are you going to get in if you don't apply? And if you don't allow yourself to stand before people for people to make a decision on whether or not they're going to give you that opportunity? You have to stop being afraid of people, really, is what I'm getting at. You have to stop being afraid of people, and you have to allow yourself to go approach people that may or may not have opportunity. This does not mean you have to like them. This does not mean that you actually have to get along with them. Because I've actually received opportunities from people that, if I'm going to be quite honest, I probably shouldn't say that. It's the internet. Wouldn't care if they got ran over by a Mack truck. But if you are afraid of allowing people to bring opportunity, then you're never gonna get the manifestation, right? If every time someone is trying to give you something, trying to offer you something, and you're like, no, I couldn't possibly, you're never going to complete your manifestation. Or maybe an opportunity comes to you and you turn it down because you feel like you don't have the ability or the capability or the skill set to do it or complete it. So you turn it down because now you have imposter syndrome. It is you that is in front of your own manifestation. Someone came and they offered you the opportunity, yet you're saying no because you feel like you can't do it. But the one thing about the universe is that everything is always in energetic alignment. And if the opportunity comes to you, that means you can do it. That means you're ready to do it. Even though you feel like your earth brain, your reptilian brain, your ego feels like you can't. And perhaps the best part of them all, and a lot of you are I feel like I already hear signing. Love is opportunity. And guess what happens with it? It is offered to you. It's just like you offer love to somebody else. And so for all of you that really sincerely want to have love in your life and have a romantic partner, you have to allow yourself to be brave enough and courageous enough to meet people. Because that is the only way someone has the opportunity to offer it to you. And that is the only way you have the opportunity to then accept. Because giving and taking is a natural way of balance. So if you are someone that's over here afraid of the other person, right? Because granted, I get that that's where we are right now in dating life. It may be difficult for you to find it. You may be the one blocking your manifestation. If you wrote down on your vision board or in your journal, because I know what kind of people watch this channel, okay, that you want a romantic partner and then you decided not to go out, not to tolerate a dating app, and I use tolerate very specifically because I don't really think you really are supposed to like it. It's really more of a tolerance. But if you're choosing not to tolerate it, or when people are coming to you, maybe in a natural form, and they're trying to talk to you or smile at you and wave, and you're over there ducking or having anxiety at the bar because you're like, oh my God, are they looking at me? They couldn't possibly be looking at me. You're the one that's standing in front of your manifestation because you don't know what that person could have brought you. This does not mean you date everybody. This does not mean that you start running out there without any form of discernment, right? But there needs to be an awareness that love is offered and that the one that offers it is a person, right? It's people. And if you are hiding from people or you're afraid of people or people intimidate you or you feel like you're going to be rejected by people or maybe you've been hurt by a lot of people and you don't want to be hurt again by people, if you stay in that space, that opportunity cannot come to you. So for those of you that feel like you have gotten stuck in your manifestation process, or simply those of you that just want opportunities in your life, I'm going to hand you a challenge. And that challenge is to be open to more connections. And that's not even saying that you have to actively go out there and make them. You just need to be open to having them. Because when you are open, the way energy in the universe very conveniently works, those connections will gravitate to you naturally, but you just have to be open to those connections. And why do I call them connections and not relationships? It's because not every person that brings you an opportunity will be a relationship, be it a friendship, be it a romantic partner, or even a mentor. That's not always the case. It's just a connection. And the energy may be in alignment, and then it just works. So just be open to forming new connections. For those of you specifically that are missing your manifestation in love, be open to connecting with new people, specifically the people that have the traits that you want in a relationship. Be very specific, because the universe is funny. The universe will put a puppy in your heart, and then you'll go out there and you'll get yourself a dog, and then they're going to smile at you, all your spirit guides, and be like, well, you said you wanted love, and now you're sitting there holding puppy love, and like, that's not what you wanted. So be very specific to being open to the connection with someone that has the specific traits that you are looking for. Be open to connecting with people, because people are the ones that bring opportunity. And to me, opportunity is the biggest form of abundance. So I hope that helps you think about things in a different way. And for those of you that were stuck on your manifestations, I hope that helps you get unstuck. And as always, if you like what you see, please subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you all soon.